think that in itself is another thing where I just think give the man, give him the money, man, give him the 170, 180, and maybe even if I agreed with you and I said, you know
you
what,
get paid what you want, you get paid what you earn sometimes, or the most accurate way to say it, you get paid what you negotiate. Let's not be stupid. You get paid what you negotiate. Now, Saliba has been a young, fantastic defender that has potential to be one of the world's best center halves. Potential, the key word here. He is not yet a world-class center back. Does he have potential to be that? He does. He has shown it in the last 14 games. But this overhyping of him by Arsenal fans that he's the he's the best center back we have in the club. I don't not subscribe to that. I'm not trying to demean what he has done for the club, but he's not. Gabriel Magalhaes, for me, is still the best center back we have in the club. Hi, guys. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new and you're not a subscriber, you like my content, do me a favor. Stick a like on the videos you're going to watch. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. It's very important for the channel's growth and upgrading. And do not forget to turn on your notification bell on. Very, very important. So William Saliba. Some of you have heard about the contract impasse or the contract stalling of William Saliba, because according to reports, he's stalling because according to his agent, Arsenal are not paying him what is what's the right role. Let me read the tweet. One of the reasons William Saliba's contract remains unsigned for now is that Arsenal are not offering a wage that is representatives consider commensurate with the long deal the club wants to tie him down to. So talks ongoing. Interesting way to look at it. Now, I've seen a few clips of people saying, oh, pay what you want. That is very laughable to make that kind of statement. There's no job in the world that you get paid what you want. You get paid what you earn sometimes, or the most accurate way to say it, you get paid what you negotiate. Let's not be stupid. You get paid what you negotiate. Now, Saliba has been a young, fantastic defender that has potential to be one of the world's best center halves. Potential, the key word here. He is not yet a world-class center back. Does he have potential to be that? He does. He has shown it in the last 14 games. But this overhyping of him by Arsenal fans that he's the he's the best center back we have in the club. I don't not subscribe to that. I'm not trying to demean what he has done for the club, but he's not. Gabriel Magalhaes, for me, is still the best center back we have in the club. Yes, he has a Bozo moment. He has made a few mistakes, but those mistakes have not cost us. Now, I'm not trying to pit Gabriel against Saliba. Let's look at the fact that people are overhyping Saliba because of recency bias. He's the new darling at the team. He's the new center half we have. He has played well. We want to tie him to a new contract, which is obvious. So fans and pundits sometimes will actually pivot to William Saliba because they want him, like I said, to sign a new contract, and his recency bias. William Saliba have made costly mistake this season. He goes against Liverpool, even though he didn't cost us. He was culprit for that. Against Wolves, if not for Gabriel mopping up, we might have lost that game because of William Saliba's ineptitude. He has a few mistakes in him, but we will not point that out, but we are quick to point out Gabriel Magalhaes' mistakes. Now, let's watch this very funny video, and I'll come back and talk about the contract situation. Very, very interesting. Let's watch it. I'll come back and we will talk about the contract situation.
From an Arsenal fan, we have to also look at it from what the players thinking and what they're seeing around the league. And he's thinking, all right, well, Amon Ramsdale has been rightly rewarded, but that's not a guarantee that it's going to happen for me. They may think that, oh, I'm doing really well and I'm earning my wage, not that I should get more. So I just think for me, pay the man what he's worth. If he's one of the best centre-backs in the league right now, pay the man what he's worth. And football and sports is all about what have you done for me lately. And lately, guys, I'm not going crazy when I say this, I think he's been one of the best centre-backs in the world.
Yeah, no,
he actually has been, and I know it's for only 14 games, but he has been on form. The way he's playing, one of the best centre-backs in the world. He's actually outplayed, I think, for the course of the season, our best or number one centre-back in Gabriel. So I just think that in itself is another thing where I just think give the man, give him the money, man, give him the 170, 180, and maybe even if I agreed with you and I said, you know what, 150.
You guys just saw that video. Very interesting, right? saying is the best centre half we have in the club. That's false, in my opinion. We can debate that. Pay him what he wants. He should pay him 150 to 170. Isn't easy, easy. See, it's easy to come on a bigger platform like AFTV, make silly statements and be bullish because it's not your money. I'm not an accountant of the club. You don't care if the club goes under the water or get insolvent by making silly financial decisions. Let's not forget, in recent year, look at Barcelona. They were paying Messi all kinds of wages, Griezmann, De Jong, and we've seen what that has cost. They're actually trying to renegotiate those contracts because in the long term, the club's going to suffer. You can't continue to pay players exorbitant amounts, and these players don't deliver commensurate to what the club can afford. You can't just pay players without not looking at your financial situation of the club because it's not sustainable. These players are not poor. We make it seem as if these players are paid patents. These guys are you are lucky to play football and that kind of wages. There is no job on earth that apart from maybe basketball and American football and so those kind of wages. So these guys are in a privileged situations. I'm not saying you don't pay them well, but Saliba has been earning within a range of 40 to 50. To push him to 170 is idiotic. Not because I'm saying if the club have it, they shouldn't push him there. But if the club cannot pay him that, they shouldn't pay him that. Pay him to destroy the club finances. And you will be the one to go back insulting the club for not managing the club appropriately. Fans have the liberty of changing their stance. They have the liberty of hindsight. The hierarchy of the club, they don't have the liberty of hindsight. They have to make the smartest decisions for the club, the sustainability of the club, short term, medium term, and long term. So the idiotic statement of paying what you want doesn't fly here. Number two, from 50 to 100 is a decent wage increase. And if you continue to perform at that rate, you can actually renegotiate this contract. Now, if you pay 170 or 150 that the gentleman was arguing about, so in the next 2 years, he wants 300 at 23, you're going to pay him that. We know players renegotiate contract, no matter the length. If they're performing well, clubs will renegotiate contract with these players. So why are we in a hurry to put him so high? Let's go to perform consistently. Like I said, it's just 14 games. And we have people shouting, pay what he wants, but they are desperate to keep him. See, William Saliba, I love him. I want to stay at Arsenal. But if he wants to go, he can use the exit door. There is no player on earth that is bigger than any club. There's no player. Do I appreciate him? I appreciate him. But he is not bigger than the club. And the club will not pay him what he wants. The club will pay him what they negotiate. And he is replaceable. So we act as if William Saliba is not replaceable. Now, touch wood, if William Saliba gets injured today, Arsenal will implode, we won't move on. We will actually move on. We act as if without William Saliba, we won't win games. That's idiotic. I want William Saliba to pay handsomely, but the club should not put themselves in a financial hamstring trying to pay players what they want. They pay players according to their performances and what they can negotiate. And the club can afford to pay him that, fine. And they can't, they shouldn't. The future of the club should not be mortgaged, or the future of the club should not be put in jeopardy because of some players or some fans who are emotional at the moment, who negotiate, who want play. Like, these guys have not managed any club or franchise or talk shop or any small enterprise. They are talking about paying players what they want. The illiteracy being expelled by some of the fans, even though they are on bigger platforms, is outstanding. Do your research. I'm not saying I'm a club person. I'm not saying I know better than some people. But do your research before you come out on platform and make these bogus claims. William Saliba, I want him to stay, but the club should pay him what they can afford. And if he wants to go, it will be painful, but he can go. He's replaceable. Either individually or collectively, William Saliba is replaceable. The club will not pay him what he wants. The club will pay him what they can afford and what they negotiate. And if he wants to take it, fine. If they don't take it, they can sell him. There is no problem. Arsenal will continue to progress. Do not mistake my point on this. I'm saying I want Arsenal to keep William Saliba if they can. If financially possible to keep him, let us keep him. But if it's not financially possible, if you want to hold the club medium term to long term, sell him. That is replaceable. If you disagree with me, let me know in the comment section respectfully. Like I said, my stance is not changing. I love William Saliba. I think he has the potential to be a world-class centre half in the future. but I will not mortgage the future or the medium-term or long-term future of the club for William Saliba. It's not just feasible. It's not the right way to think about it. I'm an Arsenal fan before a William Saliba fan. Arsenal comes first before any player. That's how I think real fans, sensible fans, logical fans should see it. You're the fan of the club first before the fan of the player. Those players come and go. Players will come and go, but the club will remain. If you like my content, do not forget to subscribe to the channel. Very, very important. Make sure you like the video. Very, very important for the algorithm. And make sure your notification bells are turned on. And I'll see you guys on the next one.